Okay, I'm here. Been here a couple hours, and first off, I am beat. But it's so nice. It's so nice to, like, have Whitney's expertise in her eyes. Like, this routine's gonna be really good. We're, like, literally only, like, 40 seconds into. I mean, I guess that's about halfway. We're almost halfway through, so now that I think about it like that, I'm like, we're only 30 seconds in, but it's like, that's a quarter of the way, but now we're actually, like, 45 seconds in. Anyway, I think it's gonna be a great routine. Like, I am so looking forward to like nailing these skills down, like getting these skills down, and like having a routine for long enough to really be able to keep the hard skills. Because, you know, when I do my own choreography, I definitely do it much closer. It's like 8 weeks out that I'm like finally getting a routine all the way pieced together, and I just don't have time to perfect all of the ideas. But now that I'm doing it so early, I have time to actually get some of the skills that I don't have perfected. And even things that I can do pretty well, but when I'm really tired, I can't do them. I have time to condition it. So I think it's going to be a huge, huge, huge improvement, not only choreography-wise, but execution-wise in what goes on the floor. I am beat. Day one with Whitney done. It's 1 o'clock, so about 4 hours of work. Can I do math? Yeah, 4.5 hours of work, and my body is beat. But it was so good. We literally just have like 5 8 counts left. And this routine is going to be amazing. Like I said, I'm so happy to have it so early, because I mean, it's for sure gonna be hard. I'm like, man, I gotta do all this in one routine, but I'm like, I have 5 months, basically. Yeah, I have 4.5 months to practice and run these skills and get conditioned, when normally I give myself like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's like, I have so much time, and it's gonna be hard. This is not gonna be an easy routine at all, but I think it's gonna be like 20 times better than anything I've ever done. And that just like, it's like sets me on fire. Like, I'm so excited, and I feel like it's gonna help me even have a better prep, because I'm gonna be like, listen, you're gonna crush the routine round, like you gotta crush the physique round, like you gotta stay on your diet, you gotta stay on your cardio. I mean, cardio is gonna help me with this routine. So anyway, like, it's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna go to Red Robin. That's like the nearest restaurant, and I don't really want fast food, because I don't like eating in my hotel room for some reason. That's not true. But right now, I'm like, I don't want to just go to my hotel, or like go get fast food and bring it to my hotel and then sit in my hotel for the next 10 hours. Like, so I'm going to go to Red Robin and see if they have like a patio. It's super sunny here. It's not billions of degrees. It's 99 degrees. It doesn't feel like it's that hot at all. But I'm like, I'm going to go like enjoy some sun and some warmth, eat, and then go back to my hotel. I was thinking I was going to take an ice bath, but I remembered I got a shower only room. So I'm just gonna probably take a cold shower, to be honest, because this body is wrecked. Okay, day 2. I just did boot camp. It was really good. It was really hard. Probably gonna regret doing that. It was upper body strength, and there was lots of chest, lots of triceps, lots of shoulders. And now I'm about to go to Pro Physiques and do more push-ups and tricks and skills. So I mean, it's not like I'm doing like full out runs, but still, it is not very smart of me to take boot camp. But I'm really glad that I took boot camp, because the trainer there is really well known in burn boot camp. She has a lot of accolades, and I'm really glad I got to take her camp. It was literally like the best boot camp experience I've ever had. And I'm not, obviously we all have our biases, but I've never taken a camp besides at HQ. I've never taken a camp at any burn boot camp and thought, wow, that person is better than me, like at training. Like, or they're just as good as me. I've taken a lot of really good ones, but I've never thought like, wow, that was even better than me, until today. Like, Danielle was so good. Like, and I told her that. I was like, that was literally the best burn boot camp I've ever had in my life. Like, and she was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Obviously, that's a huge compliment. So anyway, all that to say, I'm really glad that I went, so I don't care how tired or sore I am today. But yeah, just got a few hours. We only have a few 8 counts left, just like the last song. Then we have some dance, like choreography stuff. Then I head home, and I cannot wait to be home. I miss my family. I miss my husband and my daughter, and I just want to be home. We have like some stuff going on in our family, so I'm ready to be. Okay, guys, the routine's done. It is so fire. Oh my gosh. Like, if I can execute this routine, like these skills as they're choreographed, which I'm obviously gonna like bust my ass to make sure that I can, this routine like is gonna be so good. It's so good. It's nonstop. It is like, it's action packed. It's gonna be hard. It is going to be so hard, but I like, now I have like just this fire to just execute, because now I don't have a choice. Like, I don't want to water it down. I want to do it the way it is, because this routine is gonna like bust some heads. In the most humble way I can say that, I guess. I don't know. Like, and Whitney is amazing. I mean, I already knew Whitney was amazing, but just working with her, and like, it was really great because it was very collaborative. And I don't think it's always that collaborative. Obviously, if she's working with people, sorry about this fan. I think if she's obviously working with people who don't have a choreography background, it's probably not as collaborative, because how can they collaborate if they don't know what they're doing? But because I have a choreography background, I think that's how we got done so fast, first of all. But I think it just made it more fun, and like for both of us. And I was nervous about giving up all of the creative freedom of my routine. But it doesn't feel like I gave anything up. It doesn't feel like, oh, well, she just told me to do this and I don't really like it. Like, she took my input, she took my feedback, you know, she let me take the lead on some things, but then she was like, no, I think this will look better. Like, I cannot say enough positive things about this experience. Like, so if you're a fitness competitor and you need choreography, like, I would say if you're a pro level competitor, Whitney Jones is where it's at. If you're an amateur competitor, to be honest, I don't think you need this level. I can do choreography. Because what I was telling Whitney is, like, I don't think at the level that I was at a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't think that this routine would have worked for me. I wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, I don't think that this routine would have worked for me. I think it would have been too much for me. Like, I think that my routines were good for the capabilities that I had, but now that I'm better and I've seen more, like, and I can do more, and I can work harder, like, mentally, I can manage suffering a little bit more. Like, now I need to take the next level. So anyway, all that to say, if you're a pro level competitor, definitely seek help. Whitney Jones. I obviously can't speak to someone like Jody, because I've never worked with Jody, but I've worked with Jacqueline before. That was a pretty good experience. She didn't do my full choreography, but like, I can't say enough positive things about Whitney. So anyway, that was incredible. Like, I can't wait to take you guys on the journey of this. Okay, so go take your pictures. Do you know how to do it? Like this. Now turn sideways like this.
Stop showing that little booty.
Turn backwards like this. Turn face that wall. Do that. There we go. Good job. Turn the other side. Like this. Ready? Go like this. Okay. Hi, guys. So, it is Mother's Day. It is May, 14th? Whatever day Mother's Day is. I guess today's 14th. I don't know. So, I kept saying, if you follow me, on Instagram, I kept saying, prep starts tomorrow, prep starts this day, prep starts that way, starts that day. But life has just thrown a few curveballs. We were supposed to be going on a cruise in a couple of weeks, but we're not going to go on that. We postponed it until November, actually literally the day after my last show. And so things have just been a little bit crazy. So, and plus now it's Mother's Day. So I was like, well, I'll just wait like another day to start. So prep truly starts tomorrow. That gives me 21 weeks until Legion. And so I kept saying, I hope I'll be ready for Legion. I hope I'll be ready for Legion. But that was with the assumption that I was going to take an entire week off for a cruise, for a vacation. But now that I'm not taking that week off, like, I fully plan to be ready for Legion. So now it's not even, I'm going to try to do Legion. I'm definitely doing Legion. It's in 21 weeks. It's 21 weeks exactly from today. It's a Sunday show. So yeah, I am just about to prep all my meals. And I have my spreadsheet ready to go. You guys, I'm going to use that this year for some accountability for myself. And not just accountability, but also just like keeping statistics, I guess, and I think I've talked about this before, but I really want to be able to look back at my prep, or look back at the weeks, or, the last 4 weeks, I haven't made as much progress as I wanted to make. And then look back at it and say, okay, Andrea, well, you were only 85% on your cardio, or you were only 70% on your diet, or whatever it is. Like, I want to be able to have like a statistical analysis of how how much I'm actually doing. You know, everybody's like, oh, I gave 100%. Oh, I was pretty good. Oh, I think I was about 90%. Like, I want to know exactly. So it's that checklist of like every single thing. Did I hit my food that day? Did I hit my cardio that day? Did I hit my water that day? Did I lift that day? Like, I normally would also put like sleep and my supplements, stuff like that. But I already tracked my sleep on my Whoop strap. And my supplements, like I just set an alarm for them. So those are not things that I need to track this prep. So anyway, I'm super excited. Routine is done. Obviously, I've talked about that. Like, I really think, you know, when I look at people like Tara, you know, she went to the Olympia a few years ago and, you know, pretty much got last or second to, you know, she got low. It was her first Olympia. She had qualified on points that year. Not to take anything away from people who qualify on points, but I mean, they didn't win a show. She got nearly last place. That's fine. It's your first Olympia. Like, at least she got to go, right? Then she didn't qualify the next year. Then she qualified last year because she won Ben Weider. That was the show that qualified her for the Olympia. But then she won UK Arnold. And she also won Arizona Pro that year. Like, she killed it. She was in the top 10 at the Olympia. Like, she had an amazing comeback. And so I just feel like I'm following that same trend. Like, you go to the Olympia once and you get the taste of it. And you get smoked. I mean, not everybody gets smoked at their first Olympia. I think half of our division was first-time Olympians, and obviously they can't all get last place, right? Like, some people were in their first Olympia, and, you know, a lot of people in their first Olympia got in the top 10. So, but generally, you go to your first Olympia, it's really just for the experience. You see what it is, but now you have this taste of greatness, and you're like, now I need to level up. And so that's what I plan to do this year. I'm super excited. I really think that I can win again. I'm not going to say I'm someone who's like undeniable, who's going to go to, you know, anytime I compete, I'm going to win or going to be a favorite to win even. But I do think that I could. I think that I have the potential to win. I mean, I'm thinking about my rookie pro year. At Arizona Pro, at my pro debut, obviously I got smoked in the physique round. I think I got like second to last in the physique round, but I got fifth in the routine round that year. At my very first pro show, fifth in the routine round, and that was amazing. Like, Arika was there, Darian was there, like, really amazing people. Who else was there? I'm trying to think of who else. Sally was there, like, really incredible competitors. So, like, for me, it's like, you definitely have the makings, and now I've had Whitney do my routine, and now I'm like, I have my mindset in the right place for the physique. I feel like I actually spent my improvement season improving my physique and building muscle. So I'm excited to see how it's going to go. So I'm prepping. I'm really getting my mind right. I've been listening to a lot of mindset podcasts, like, really about the hunger and the cravings, right? That's where I falter. Like, and I've talked about this a little bit before, but it's like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I'd rather just have a protein bar. Like, protein bar is not on your meal plan. But it's like, for me, at least if I have a protein bar, that's going to stop me from having a cookie or like something like that. And so really, I've been mentally getting in the mindset of like powering through cravings and hunger. Because that's the part, you know, I signed up for bodybuilding. Of course I knew there was going to be cravings and hunger. This year I plan to like really not let those control me. So anyway, gonna meal prep, start my workout plan and everything tomorrow. And yeah, I'm so excited. Like I said, for this prep, I'll probably, you know, just like I did for my road to the Olympia, I'll probably, you know, I'm 21 weeks out. So it's about 5 months. It's May, June, July, August, September, October. So I'm 5 months away. Probably the first 4 months, I'll only do 1 video a month. Probably only do 4 videos leading up until then. And then that last month, I'll probably do weekly videos just like I did for the Olympia. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your support. I hope that, I mean, I don't think I'll let you guys down, but I hope I can make you proud this season. Okay, it's day 2 of prep. Day 2 of like 1,000. It's day 2 of like 170, I think. I want to say Legion. I have a countdown on my screensaver, but I'm not looking at it right now. I think Legion is like 147 days or something like that. And that's October 8th. And then basically I have another, 40-ish days. So 180-ish days left in my diet. Yesterday was fine. Obviously hunger is kicking in because we started with something semi-aggressive. Just because I told Ruben, you know, I feel like last year, I felt like I was playing catch up. I felt like I was playing catch up, literally my entire prep. Like, literally on day 1, I asked Haley, is this enough time? I'm not sure if it's enough time. Like, so from the very beginning, I felt like I was behind. And I told Ruben, like, I don't want to feel that way. I would rather suffer earlier and like get ahead of it. So anyway, all that to say, I was pretty hungry yesterday. The timing of my meals, I still need to like get exactly down because I was out and then I didn't have a meal with me. So I was like, well, I just have to wait because I'm not doing the substitution thing. So anyway, yesterday was a little bit tricky. My workout schedule, I think, is going to be great because of the way my new training schedule is for the summer. So I have like these mid mornings off, which is great because I like to lift early. I don't like to lift in the afternoon. So anyway, so far so good. On these days that I train really early, I'm basically fasting. I'm just basically not eating until a reasonable hour. So normally when I train in the early mornings, I wake up, I make coffee, and I usually have breakfast. But it's like when I only get 5 meals a day, I can't start eating at 4:30 in the morning. Otherwise, by the time it's 5 p.m., I'm out of meals, and I just can't do that. So basically, I'm waking up, I'm drinking tea, and then after I train, so on the mornings that I don't train, I'll wake up and I'll do cardio fasted. If I do train, I'll train, then I'll do cardio, then I'll eat. So anyway, just working out my schedule. I'm not going to have coffee till later in the day, like later in the morning, like 9 or 10, And yeah, so far so good. I really got to get in, I've practiced my skills like for a millisecond, but getting into the groove of getting my skills practice, like, because again, this routine is fire. It's fire. But I got to be able to execute. Good morning, guys. It is May 23rd, I think. Yeah, it's Tuesday, the 23rd. I'm just sitting outside of Burn Boot Camp. I train in 30 minutes. I'm here pretty early. But I was already ready because Reagan is not sleeping these days. Like, I don't need to talk about it right now. Reagan's not sleeping. I've been up forever. So I got ready for work and now I'm here. But let's see. So I'm a little bit over a week into prep and it's going okay. I mean, it's going fine. Just trying to get the schedule down. Fitness girls know. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Fitness girls know there is so much to balance in prep. And obviously not to say that other divisions don't have something to balance, but I mean, we have a full routine. We have everything that every other division does. Plus we have skills practice and routine that we have to manage. So just like getting into this prep and trying to figure out my timing of like when I'm going to do cardio and when I'm going to lift and when I'm going to pose and when I'm going to do skills practice and when there's just so much stuff. And then on top of that, my time is limited because I have to figure out, where is Reagan going to be? So like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Ruben stays home from work. So that's kind of like my best opportunity to have the most flexibility. But on Thursdays I work all morning, so I don't really have that much flexibility. So there's a lot to manage. So, my schedule hasn't been great. So that's why I'm saying like prep is okay. Like it's a lot to manage. That's all. I did fail my diet a couple times. 2 days in a row, I failed my diet. So the first day I just made a substitution, not a sub sandwich. It was post-workout. I was making spaghetti for Reagan and I was just like doing a bunch of stuff like after I worked out. And I just like, by the time it was time for me to fix myself dinner, like I had already been home for 45 minutes, almost an hour. So I'm supposed to have potatoes in my post-workout meal and I didn't have any prepped. I needed to prep them. And I was like, I can't. So I just like measured out the pasta and I just subbed pasta in for my potatoes. So macro wise, it was fine. But I think I told you guys, like that's my thing. I make subs and the macros are fine, but I'm like, I don't want to count those. Like that doesn't count this prep. I want to really see like how on point I can be. So that day I was like, well, this was a fail. I didn't eat my potatoes. I ate pasta, whatever. And then yesterday, that was 2 days ago. And then yesterday, Ruben's trying to gain weight. His coach isn't letting him prep until he gains some more weight. But he just has a hard time getting his food down, like his calories, obviously, because he's eating like whole food calories and nutrient dense calories. So it's a lot of food. And he was like, can you bring home pizza? Like I need more calories. I need something calorie dense. So I brought home pizza and it was like Costco pizza, which I don't know if you guys know. If you've ever bought a full Costco pizza, the slices are smaller than like if you just buy a slice of pizza at Costco. They're like double sliced. So it was like I had like half of Reagan's piece, but again, that ain't on my meal plan. And I had missed a meal earlier in the day. So again, calories wise, it was probably fine. Macro wise, it definitely wasn't the same. It was significantly higher in fat and carbs than the meal that I missed, but it is what it is. Not that I'm giving myself a lot of wiggle room, but we were supposed to be going on a cruise this week, and I was taking the entire week off for the cruise. And now we've postponed the cruise until the fall. So I'm not beating myself up about it, but I'm not just like, oh, well, you were supposed to be on a cruise, so it doesn't matter. Like, you were going to take this week off, so it doesn't matter. But kind of. I'm like giving myself a little bit more grace. I'm like not fighting those demons as hard as I normally would. We're going on vacation this weekend, like a staycation, because we had to postpone the cruise. So I'm just going to I'm going to basically meal prep for everything except for dinner. And I'm still going to have free dinners because we're only going for 3 nights compared to the 7 we were going to go before. So anyway, had a couple fails, missed practice. I've only done skills practice 1 time in the last 2 weeks since I've been back from Arizona, literally only 1 full skills practice. So I really got to step it up there because this routine is hard. It is so hard. And I got to get my cardio capacity up if I want to be able to execute this routine. So anyway, that's where we are. I think my countdown says 138 days until Legion. So, it's been 9 on prep, and like the days are going to go by fast. That's how it is. Like, so I'm going to blink and we're going to be at that show. So I really need to step it up. But yeah, I think I will probably maybe do get through the weekend with my family, and then I'll post this video. So you'll get a couple weeks into prep. And then, like I said, we'll just see how much I post from there. I guess I'll just find natural stopping points. But yeah, that's where we are. Like I said, a little bit over a week into prep. That's my last photos. I'm 149.2. I've been 149.2 for the last 3 days, including my pizza day. So yeah, very excited about how it's all going. But it needs to get better. I need to get better. But we're early in prep still, and not to give myself room because I don't want to be falling behind. But I think a lot of people get better as they go. And so I'm just trying to do that, like 1% better every single time. So we're on vacation. Yesterday was Reagan's birthday, so today is Sunday the 28th. I have taken the last couple days off, like completely off, not even like just living like my normal life. So I mean, trying to be like, in general, I try to be pretty reasonable at breakfast, make sure I get a lot of protein. We're staying at a hotel that offers breakfast. There's not a lot of protein options. So their eggs were not good. So I had a lot of bacon because that was the protein option. And I had some pancakes, and then I went to the store and bought egg bites and like beef jerky and tuna packets. I bought a bunch of stuff because I was like, okay, my options are limited. But for lunch and dinner, it's like pizza, or yesterday I ordered fish tacos at dinner. I've had lots of birthday cake. So, pretty standard mode of living. We're going to the gym. This is my first time going to the gym on this trip. So me and Ruben are about to go lift. And then we're just going to like hang out. We're going to go to the beach. Weather's not great. It's like 60, low 60s. It's very gloomy, but the vitamin D can still get through the clouds. So we're going to go just hang out at the beach. It's our last full day here. And yeah, then tomorrow we travel back, and Tuesday I'm on full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. So, I did a week of really good, hard, normal, like full steam ahead prep. Then I did a few days of like, I'm going on vacation this week. I was going to take a full week off, but now I'm only taking a few days off. So these couple days I can be a little loose. I'm going to pretty much prep, but also like have a couple other things. And then I did the weekend of nonsense. So starting Tuesday for the next, I think it's 131 days until Legion Sports Fest. Like, team no days off. Now, I mentioned before, I have never had, I want to know honestly how many bodybuilders truly have 100% preps. I feel like Nick Walker does. For some reason, I feel like Jacqueline Baker does. And that's pretty much it. Those are the two. I feel like Missy Trescott. I feel like those are the three people that I sincerely believe do not miss a thing. Every other bodybuilder, I think at least once during their prep misses something. I don't think Aaron Banks misses. Notice I'm only talking about people who are like in the top 3 in the world. Top 1 and top 2, top 3. But for real, I think that most people, the average bodybuilder, because I'm average, I think the average bodybuilder misses a lot more than they post about on social media. I think they miss a lot more than they want people or even their coaches to know about. And so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I miss a lot, and I didn't post a lot about it during my YouTube series last year, but I also had convinced myself that I wasn't missing. So I've talked about this before, like, but if my plan says eat 3 egg whites, it's never 3 egg whites, it's always in grams, but let's just say eat 3 egg whites and 100 grams of rice, whatever it is, pre-workout or post-workout. That's never my post-workout meal. It doesn't matter. This is hypothetical. And I choose to eat a Built bar instead that has nearly identical macros. Maybe not exactly identical, but close in it, like within, 20, 30 calories, and like nailing the protein, maybe a little shy or a little over on carbs. I would count that day as a win. So a lot of times when I was on here, like today was good, today was good, today was good, in my mind mentally, for all of my preps that I've ever had, that was good. I did not miss. Like, I stayed in my calories. I made swaps that I felt like were appropriate. Like, in my mind, I wasn't missing. But when you really, really look at it, when you look at somebody like Missy or like Jacqueline or like Aaron or like Nick Walker, these people are not just saying, oh, I want a Built bar instead of egg whites and rice. They're not doing that. So this prep, I'm really like saying, were you on, it's all or nothing. Was it 100% or was it 0%? Because we're not counting 95%. This prep, only because I really want the data for myself when I get to the end of my season. I know I've talked about this before in other videos, but this is it. And if I go back and I'm editing this video and I saw that I already talked about this, this part won't be in the video. But if I am talking about it, that means I didn't talk about it in as much depth as I am right now. I really want to go back at the end of my season and look at how I do on stage, and then look at the data and say, Andrea, how on were you? Not how close were you? You had Built bars 6 days in a row and there's no Built bars on your plans. As you can see, Built bars are my weakness. I really want to see what I can do if I, 1, give more effort. 2, if I don't give more effort, what does that look like? What does my normal look like? I really don't plan to just do normal, but I just want to see what my best looks like and what I can do when I look my best and feel my best. So yeah.